Life in the village was never easy. The neighbors, seeing her frailty and age, often took advantage of her. They stole from her farm. The sun rose slowly over the small Nigerian village, casting a golden glow on the red earth and the mud huts that lined the dirt paths. Amidst the gentle hum of the morning birds and the distant crow of a rooster, Mama Ijoma, a strong yet weary woman of 68, knelt in her farm, tending to the yams, cassava, and maize that had become both her livelihood and her lifeline. Her hands were calloused, her back bent with years of toil, yet her eyes carried a quiet fire, a fire born from loss, endurance, and love. For Mama Ijoma had endured a pain that few could imagine. She had buried all her children one after another, each leaving a void too deep for words. The only soul left to cling to was her grandson, Chinonso, an innocent boy of 8, whose laughter was the one thing that kept her heart alive. Chinonso ran between the crops, his small feet kicking up clouds of red dust. He laughed as he chased a stray chicken, calling out, "Grandma, see me. I am faster than the wind." Mama Ijoma chuckled, a sound both tender and bittersweet. "Chinonso," she called softly, "don't wander too far. Remember, the farm is our home, but the road can be unforgiving." Life in the village was never easy. The neighbors, seeing her frailty and age, often took advantage of her. A basket of yams here, a bundle of cassava there, little by little, they took what she worked so hard to grow. Some whispered behind her back, mocking the woman who had no one to defend her. But Mama Ijoma did not allow bitterness to take root in her heart. Her focus was Chinonso, and he was worth every hardship, every sleepless night, every aching muscle. After a long morning of work, Mama Ijoma and Chinonso would sit beneath the shade of a palm tree, sharing a simple meal of roasted yams and fresh water. She would tell him stories of their ancestors, of brave women and men who had walked the land before them, planting seeds of courage and wisdom. Chinonso would listen with wide, attentive eyes, imagining the worlds she described, feeling safe under the protective warmth of her presence. Yet, despite the calm of these moments, there was a shadow over their lives, a subtle tension that the villagers never understood. Mama Ijoma knew that life had not been fair, that the world could be cruel to those too gentle to fight back. But she carried on, resilient and unbroken, driven by the promise she had whispered every night. "I will live for you, Chinonso. I will stay, no matter what, to keep you safe." As the sun dipped lower in the sky, painting the horizon in hues of orange and crimson, Mama Ijoma gathered their baskets. Together, she and Chinonso walked back along the dirt path that led to their humble mud hut. The evening air was filled with the sounds of crickets and the rustle of palm leaves. She held Chinonso's hand tightly, feeling the warmth and life in his small fingers. Little did they know, this ordinary path home, this familiar stretch of road, would soon change their lives forever. But for now, the world remained quiet, and the bond between grandmother and grandchild carried the promise of love, resilience, and the strength to endure whatever tomorrow might bring. And so, life in the village continued, hard, simple, and filled with moments of beauty that only those who have known loss can truly cherish. Mama Ijoma's heart remained steadfast, for she knew that the next day and the day after that, she would rise again to care for her grandchild, the last light of her life. As the sun set, Mama Ijoma and Chinonso disappeared into the long shadows of the red dirt road. A car, far in the distance, approached fast, its headlights piercing the golden haze. The path seemed ordinary, but fate had already begun to stir.